there is an inherent uncertainty whether the association will be able to continue as a going concern, but without the ability to continue to generate external funding from donations and sponsorships.
Oh.
We're hitting them where it hurts. Hip pocket. So, at TAM Australia last year, the amazing meeting, the big skeptical conference, Ken and Wendy were co-winners of the Thornett Award for Promoting Reason, and Daniel Raphael, who started the Stop the ABN Facebook group, received, on behalf of the group, the Australian Skeptics Skeptic of the Year Award.
Very nice.
So remember, it's always good to detect logical fallacies, point out deliberate misinformation. That's what we can do. We can point out where people are lying. That's great, or where they're making slips in logic. But it's not the be-all and end-all. There's always other things going on. Remember, they caught Al Capone on tax evasion. Be more than happy to ask questions and bounce around ideas.
I'll make a prediction. There will be another organization with a different name, but very similar officers that will emerge. Watch for it.
Nice prediction. But because we had Stop the ABN, we could bounce around ideas. We could say to someone, oh, what if this, that, or the other, this charity thing seems odd. Can someone look up the relevant legislation? What's going on? Don't be afraid to speak up. There's no stupid questions. Okay, there are some stupid questions. Be happy to say, something's not right here. What if we look into this? Research. Just look into things. Like I said, you never know what you'll find just by reading a little deeper. And be prepared to follow up. Wendy, for example, submitted some queries to the Australian Vaccination Network about their fundraising things, and didn't get any replies, but still kept pushing deeper. There's always somebody to complain to, the ombudsman or a congressman, for example. And like I said, take disappointment in stride. We didn't get the Western Australian Public Library, State Library talk. That's okay. You win some, you lose some. That's okay. When you skeptical activism, you don't win all. And finally, just lend a hand. All the things that made a difference in the Stop the ABN movement are just things anyone can do. All it takes is time. Time is what the skeptical movement runs on. If you have a bit of time each day, just donate it to something you're interested in, something you think you could lend a hand in. And if you have a specialty, just provide it. Because you won't find your fellow skeptics unappreciative. And frankly, if you want to learn more, there's all kinds of things to look up. There's the Stop the Australian Vaccination Network group on Facebook, which probably should be first port of call. But there's Dr. Rachel's blog, The Skeptics Book of Poo-Poo. It's with a H. There's Jason Brown's blog, My Colleagues Are Idiots. There's StopAntiVaxNetwork.com. There's StopMerrillDory.com. And there's actually some very good blog posts on the blog of Skeptic Bros. Those are the guys producing the placebo bans. You familiar with them? Yeah. There's really good stuff on the ABN. And I've made some just very good friends, people that are really good quality, and I was very happy to meet when I finally did meet up with them. Getting involved in skeptical activism has so many rewards. It's just a really rewarding thing. Any questions?
So what's the status of the ABN right now?
Good question. Sorry. At the moment, the ABN, well, as you saw, they're in a bit of a flux when it comes to financial status. They haven't published their magazine, the Living Wisdom magazine, in several months now. It's several months overdue, which suggests they may not be in the best of financial situations. But right now, they've submitted the request to have an appeal for the OLGNR decision, the Minister's decision to act on the OLGNR report to remove their charitable fundraising authority. So at the moment, what they're doing is, yesterday actually, on Valentine's Day, they were meant to have an appeal on the decision to remove their CFA, but they actually at the last minute said, oh, we're not ready yet, can we please have another couple of months to repair our defence? So at the moment, what they're doing, we're keeping them very busy on Facebook, to be honest. So they're not spending a lot of time out spreading misinformation to parents. They're not writing their the magazine. They're actually busy preparing their defence for the OLGNR case. They're not doing much, which is what we want. We wanted to limit their dangerous activities, and we have in multiple ways. And right at the moment, they're not actually doing much, which is basically what we're arguing for. Question? Yeah, yes?
Did they try to come after any of the skeptics personally? Like, I'm thinking of like Simon saying and situation with chiropractors, like.
You were Ken McLeod, who submitted the original fixable seeker plan. At the beginning of her counter complaint, Merrill Dory said some very libelous things about him. Suggested he was a very angry and violent man who was pursuing her, and even said that she had to hire security guards at her latest seminar because she was scared of the actions that he and his ilk might take, which is ridiculous. He's one of the nicest guys I've met. And so there are very personal attacks on members. In fact, when I tried to challenge Merrill Dory to a live debate on the interwebs, not a live debate where you shout at each other, and the one with the loudest voice wins, the one with the best evidence wins. And she decided to slander me in her e-newsletter. So if you do take them on, you'll find that it's pretty nasty, actually. They do pursue, like I said, there was hate mail to the parents of a child that had a whooping cough because they were asking people to look into the vaccine and just be aware that there was a whooping cough outbreak. There's very nasty personal attacks going on their part. Yeah. Yes?
Is one of the conclusions that the government needs to be more overt to protect public health and
yes.
address it?
We keep saying that. Over and over again, that's been the message. And when Dana McCaffrey's parents started with their campaign, sorry. One of the things the then Minister of Health said, I can't remember state or federal, sorry, said was that they would have an awareness campaign to let people know of whooping cough, let people know that the vaccine expires because we're using the cellular vaccine, that the immunity wanes after 14 years. You get your booster at 10 years. Let people know that there was an outbreak going on. I mean, they had the lowest vaccination rates in the country, and then there was an outbreak of the relevant disease. But at the same time, the government, they promised in 2009 it would put something out. At the moment, in 2011, they still haven't done anything. What you raise is completely accurate and right, but the government has, like I said, completely dropped the ball on this. Yes?
The media coverage and has there been less false balance in the media?
Oh, yes. After the HCCC report came out, you wouldn't believe it. The number of negative stories about the ABN were up in the 10s, like local and national newspapers and television shows were reporting on this. Just for one thing, they're reporting the ABN as anti-vaccine. That hadn't happened before. They were, the other side. They were the people you go to. But they were actually reporting them as an anti-vaccine organisation, which was, they were making them mad. But yes, there was so many negative articles and stories on the ABN. In our media. And at the same time, where they would go to the ABN and the President Merrill Dory for a quote, they were now not. And it was refreshing. It was really wonderful. Yeah.
Has that lasted?
Yeah, it has. Right, I mean, even now, like I said, the HCCC complaint was put out in mid-2010, and even now they're still not touching over the barge pole.
Are they seeking anybody else out, or just...
Yes, they are there seeking qualified immunisation experts, professors, and people from the National Centre for Immunisation Research and Surveillance. So it's good. They're actually seeking balance that reflects the balance of evidence. 100% pro-virtual. Which is great. Yes?
What is Meryl Dory's background?
Do you want to see what her qualifications are?
Yes, I'm curious.
Okay, she was asked on the program. Here we go, sorry. So I asked on the program what her qualifications were, and her qualifications were.
Your medical qualifications are?
My medical qualifications are that I've studied this issue for 20 years, and I have asked for a lot of things. I am not a doctor, but I have a brain, and I don't think you need an MD to have a brain.
That's right. The extent of her qualifications are she studied this issue for 20 years, reading conspiracy sites and promoting homeoprophylaxis. And that she has a brain. That's not an evidence. Question?
All right, I think that's it. Yeah.
I know we have our own issues here, but, we don't have, I don't think they're going to go to, they were going to Jenny McCarthy for a while. The Wakefield thing seems to turn, but they still are going. The local newspapers are still seem to be going to the local chiropractor or something like that to talk, the other side. And people write false ballots and things like that.
One thing lately that's been rather interesting by way of strange anti-vaccine reporting is that Jenny McCarthy hasn't been commenting on vaccines much over the last couple of months, which has been really curious. There's one thing I want you to know is that if there's something, not necessarily anti-vaccine, I know the anti-vaccine lobby is very different in this country. It's much more ingrained. The organisation's much different to the AVN. The AVN has made some very stupid mistakes. And, but if there's something that's getting your goat, you can start a Facebook group or just find other people whose goat it gets also. There's things you can do. If you notice that there's certain errors in what they've been doing, there's people you can complain to. Grassroots skeptical activism can work, and just be aware that there are other options than just sitting there and going, there's a logical fallacy there, and that's not quite right. Okay. I think that's everything. Thank you.
One of the things with Barbara Lowe Fisher, her background in PR, public relations. So she knows better to stumble, though she has stumbled a few times, like attempting to call off and losing that.
But the thing is, they are wonderful at courting the media. The reason Meryl was always going to for advice is because she was always so confident, even if what she was saying was wrong and maybe a lie. That's the thing, these people are wonderful courting the media. They'll give one face an interview, yet on the Facebook page of the AVN, just last night actually, Meryl Dory was explaining that shaken baby syndrome, or shaken maybe syndrome, is actually a vaccine reaction.
Wow.
They're wonderful at presenting one image. Yeah, I know. I read an autopsy of a child that was killed by being shaken to death.
And you lose yourself before.
Very unpleasant. And they really know how to talk the media. And the thing is, there's ways around that. You can get the media to think they're toxic. We have.
I want to know why Hillary Butler was the granddam of the Mothering Magazine forum for years, and not only had she been banned, but they dropped all essence of her existence on that everywhere. I want to know what shit thing she did to do that, because that woman is crazy.
All right, well, Tom, thank you very much. That was awesome. Okay.
So what